Hey, good afternoon. So Trump went to North Dakota yesterday to make a speech and check out the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library, which has just been, I guess, opened or renovated. I'm not exactly sure, but he was the president. Theodore Roosevelt was the president from 1901 to 1909. Fascinating historical figure that I don't even know that much about, and I really want to know more about him. And side note, my son is named Teddy. I would like to say, yeah, it's after Teddy Roosevelt because he's such a cool historical figure, but the truth is I'm not informed enough about Teddy Roosevelt to say, yeah, I named him after Teddy. But what I have read and seen about Teddy Roosevelt, just a badass. Anyway, okay, so first of all, Trump flew in on his new Qatari jet, his new I guess it's Air Force 2 or no, I guess it's Air Force, I don't know. I can't remember what they called it. Here's what I will say about the new presidential airplane. It looks sweet. Okay? Hey, I have to give him credit. The color changes on the outside. This is obviously an extremely superficial analysis of the new plane, but the color scheme way better than the light blue that they have on the Air Force One originals. That light blue is busted. It's ugly. They ought to change the color scheme to the new Qatari scheme because it looks nice. I like it a lot. I want to give Trump credit on that. I know I've seen Tim Miller give Trump credit on the gold stuff that he has put in the Oval Office. I'm not with that. I'm just not. Like, I think that they could do it up better than it has been in the past. It does seem like a pretty underwhelming office. Like, there's nothing sort of interesting about it, I guess. Like, just from an aesthetic point of view. But all the gold trim and stuff, I'm not with that. And I had a grandma who was very sort of gaudy in her style. She had big old fur coats and like really loud jewelry that was pretty cool actually. I liked it a lot. But I don't think she would even like all the gold in the Oval Office. I think it's really ugly. Anyway, okay, so he comes into North Dakota yesterday, makes an hour-long speech in the sweltering heat. I'll put up a couple of photos from the event. He also came in on a train. I don't know where the train came from, but it looks kind of cool. So anyway, this article is from The Guardian, and it says bizarre 250th spectacle in North Dakota sees Trump take ride on red, white, and blue train and speak with hologram Theodore Roosevelt, 26th president. And that's what I want to get to. And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the clip of. And I think it's super cool, actually. I think that the interaction was cool. And I think it could be meaningful if Trump was able to absorb the message that Teddy gave him. It was a great message. And so that's kind of what I want to get into today. I'll give you a little bit of this article from The Guardian. The sound of YMCA by the Village People booming through the Badlands of North Dakota could only mean one thing. Donald Trump's 250th anniversary traveling circus had reached a remote corner of America more familiar with bison, wild horses, and bighorn sheep. North Dakota, I have been to North Dakota. I actually flew in there one time, and then there was a big snowstorm. So I was in the Air Force, right? And we flew in there to deliver snow plowing equipment because they had such a big storm. And then we got there, and then we got snowed in. So we brought this equipment that I can't actually remember if they even got it off the plane like right away. So, but anyway, that's what happened in North Dakota. It's a beautiful, just generally though, that area of the country is really beautiful. Montana, come on, Wyoming, these places are gorgeous. Like I said, North Dakota I have been to, but I haven't like explored that much. But I'm sure that there's some beautiful places there. The U.S. president visited Medora on Wednesday to dedicate a $450 million library and museum honoring Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th president, in the region where he roamed as a cowboy and big game hunter in the 1880s. In what critics saw as his latest effort to cloak himself in the mantle of great men of history, Trump delivered a speech that drew comparisons with Roosevelt, whose face is carved into Mount Rushmore. He's a legend, this guy, straight legend. And you know, just on that point, it's like Trump why does he want to keep comparing himself to other people, especially in this moment? He's getting scorched in the polls. He's just made this string of wildly unpopular decisions, from the tariffs to the Epstein files to the Iran war. It's such a consecutive string of bad decisions. It just makes me think, like, is he trying to make bad decisions? Because it seems like eventually you would. I mean, if there's only two options and he just keeps picking the wrong one and the wrong one and the wrong one, eventually he would pick one that worked. That's how it seems. But he doesn't. They're all bad. That's how it seems to me. They're all bad decisions. And I am going to do a video soon about, like, the good things that Trump has done so far, which they're few and far between, man. They are. But, you know, the thing is, I want to talk a lot of shit on Trump and his goons and his weaselly-ass dweebs from Mike Johnson and Hegseth. I mean, these guys are bums, dude. They are straight-up bums. But really deep down, I want them to do well. Like, I want them to help the people of America and to maybe pull off a comeback. Like, and so, yeah, I really would like to discuss that maybe soon, is maybe some ways that they could start to turn things around. And I mean, they've already all gotten crazy rich. Like, you know, like, how much? I don't know. I guess greed is like a never-ending thing. I don't know. I'm off track. Okay, so anyway, let's get to this clip. So he's roaming his way through a 96,000 square foot presidential library, like museum type. And there's a room where he has a conversation with an AI hologram Teddy Roosevelt. And let me just say, this is a cool use of AI. Right here. This is it. You know, if they need to build a data center somewhere to do this shit, yeah. And then later in the video, I'll show you something that just some dog shit AI. You know, like this one that Trump did. He did it yesterday, I believe. He posted it on his Truth Social, and it's him as a doctor. Maybe you've seen it. I'll try to get it in this video. I might have to edit it weird, but I'll put it in this video later. But anyway, he's like a doctor, and he's offering his diagnosis and and solution to Trump derangement syndrome for, like, Rosie O'Donnell and Whoopi Goldberg. But that video sucks. And that's like, and so when you see stuff like that, it's like, are the data centers, they're not worth it for this bullshit. They're just not. And this is dog shit, and it's going nowhere, and it's helping no one. But anyway, so he goes into this office. This is a cool use of AI right here, okay? Here it is, Trump talking to AI hologram Teddy Roosevelt.
Do you consider the Panama Canal your greatest achievement?
Well. Right then.
Well.
Good answer. Right.
The canal stands as one of my proudest battles, no question. But greatness is a strange thing. It isn't always the biggest or boldest job that matters most. The Panama Canal showed what America could achieve if we held steady and acted fast when the world dragged its feet. That said, I measure my greatest work by the lives improved. The parks set aside, the food and drugs made safe, the square deal given to all, not just to a few. Still, when I stood in the mud watching those steam shovels, knowing ships would pass through, changing the world's map forever, I felt I'd left a mark that would last.
Okay, you did. Thank you.
So that was that, and that's such a cool message, actually, to hear from a Teddy Roosevelt hologram. He's like, yeah, the Panama Canal was a big deal. It's awesome, but I take more pride in the fact that I helped people. And Trump, I don't know if he doesn't understand that or if he just doesn't care, but that is the way to ensure a lasting legacy as a popular and well thought of and historical president, is you have to help the people. And so anyway, I'm going to cut it now and jump in that other clip, the last clip of the AI, and then I'll have a word about it. Okay, now here's the other AI video that I told you I'd show you that is pretty shit. It just is. Let's check it out.
You or someone you know been diagnosed with TDS? The symptoms can be relentless. Fortunately, I'm Dr. Trump, and I have a treatment plan. Let's hear what some of my patients have to say.
I have been suffering for over a decade, and after listening to Dr. Trump, I can see some results.
Man, I've been suffering for years.
Yeah, and that's what I showed right there. It goes on, but that's John Leguizamo, I believe. I know that he does have Trump derangement syndrome, but it doesn't really look like him. So anyway, that sort of AI is just dog shit and not worth making. I guess that was sort of the point. Anyway, Trump visits North Dakota. Weird speech, but cool chat with AI Teddy Roosevelt. Have a great day.